We are in the StrategyCAD methodology and tools guide. And if you're unfamiliar, the purpose of the StrategyCAD methodology and tools guide is to support you and your team to develop and implement business strategy as an organizational capability. We are at the start of phase 2 of the methodology and tools guide, and the purpose of phase 2 is to support you and your team to make your strategic choices, to formulate your business blueprint so that your business, and indeed every business unit in your business, can be set up for the greatest opportunity for ongoing success. And so we know from phase 1 that strategy is about making choices. It's a design activity. It's about making trade-off. It's about deliberately choosing to be valuable and to be different. And from phase 1, we looked at the strategic choice models. So the Lafley and Martin 5 choice model, the Jeff Dyer et al. 4 choice model, and we created the StrategyCAD unified choice model. In the StrategyCAD unified choice model, we integrated those choices from those 2 choice models, and we also integrated Professor Richard Rumelt's strategy kernel to enable you to go from strategy choice making or strategy formulation to go seamlessly into strategy implementation. In this session, I want to introduce you to the strategic choices roadmap, the conceptual level roadmap that enables you to make the strategic choices to create the clarity, focus, and competitive value that you desire for your business. So at the most conceptual level, it's fairly intuitive. You start with your aspirations. What do you want your business to achieve? In which fields can those aspirations best be brought to life? So where will your business operate? Once you've made those choices about where to operate, how will your business succeed in those playing fields that you chose in choice 2? Once you've made those decisions, how will you sustain your competitive advantage? How will you manage the implementation of your strategy? And then finally, once you've made all those choices, how will you execute it and validate that the execution is achieving the aspirations that you established in choice 1? So potentially you can add insights into any part of the canvas at any time. But in terms of validating completion, as you complete your aspirations, you want to validate that then your where to play, supportive of your aspirations. Then as you do your how to succeed, you want to validate that your how to succeed supports your where to play and your aspiration. And then finally, when you sustain your competitive advantage, sustain your strategy, you want to make sure you've got the policies and procedures in place to do that. Then you almost certainly will have execution happening while you're making your first lot of strategic choices. So you can consider updating your current execution plans as you make your strategic choices. So it's no coincidence that the order is exactly the layout in the StrategyCAD strategic choices canvas. We have aspirations at the top, where we play as the second choice, how we succeed as the third choice, and strategy and business sustainability as the final choice. We'll have detailed guides for each of the choice, but in this session, let's just look at the roadmap for each choice. So choice 1, aspirations. In aspirations, you'll initially start off by creating your customer aspirations, then your business aspirations. Then you'll define your KPIs that measure the progress on your customer and business aspirations, then your business drivers, and at the end of your aspiration choice, you'll define your dominant strategy. So are you going to be a cost leader focused on operational efficiency, or are you going to be a differentiation strategy with either product leadership or customer centricity as your dominant strategy? Then you'll come to choice 2. And the 3 major outcomes of choice 2 are to decide what industry your business is in, and you want to define that according to good practice based on needs rather than products, because products come and go, whereas meeting needs is a great foundation for innovation. So what industry is your business in based on needs, geography, and relative price? Once you've made that decision, you're then in a position to identify who else is playing in your arena, who else is trying to meet the same customer needs in the same geography at the same price as your business. In other words, who will your business need to be superior to win the hearts and minds of your target customers? And then finally, the third outcome of the where to play choice is to identify what events are influencing your arena and what are those events producing in terms of threats and opportunities for the industry, and more importantly, threats and opportunities for your business. You can then move on to choice 3. So choice 3 is how will you succeed? There are multiple components of choice 3. We recommend starting with the value differentiators, then offerings, relationships, channels, designing your value chain, identifying the capabilities and resources that you need to do all those preceding steps, and then if there's gaps in your capabilities and resources, filling those in with partnerships. You then move on to choice 4, manage and sustain. So the key outcomes for choice 4 are to ensure that you're in a position to have the policies, procedures, and activities to maintain your strategic choices, manage and measure the implementation of your strategy, and effectively communicate the strategy so that everyone understands what it is and their role in fulfilling it. You'll also want to understand the costs associated with your value chain and ensure you have the policies and procedures in place to support continuous optimization of the costs in your value chain. And of course, you want to understand your revenue models to ensure financial sustainability. So those top level steps, one more time: aspirations, where to play, how to succeed, sustain and manage, and ensuring that your implementation is consistent with your choices. So as we said a little earlier, as you get to each choice, you will find the advice on each choice and the related steps, activities, and tools in the StrategyCAD methodology and tools guide, so that you and your team can make the related choices completely, effectively, and collaboratively. Thank you so much. I hope this has been helpful for you. I look forward to your continued progress in establishing business strategy as an organizational capability. Bye for now.